We were very excited about the game.
It was like any normal, Saturday.
September 29th, 2018. College football is in full swing. That day, Derek and Stacey Abercrombie drove from their home in Atlanta to Nashville to cheer on their son Christion, a linebacker for Tennessee State. TSU faced in-town rival Vanderbilt, a game that would permanently change Christion's life.
When the game started, he was excited. I seen him bouncing around.
It was very crowded. It was hot. We were just excited, and then it changed.
Christion was a highly touted prospect out of Atlanta's Westlake High School. He received nearly 30 Division I scholarship offers. His dream was to play in the NFL.
He was a pretty big kid, and I've been around football a while to know the NFL caliber. Yeah, I had those thoughts in my head that he could make it. During the game, he was making plays, but he looked like he's kind of sluggish. He's out there, he's playing, but he's just not looking his normal speed.
During the first half, Christion made 5 hard-hitting tackles.
I found out something was wrong after halftime, and I looked in the area where the defensive players were located, and I did not see Christion. At that time, I began to kind of panic a little bit.
The Abercrombies learned that Christion had collapsed and was rushed to Vanderbilt Hospital.
When the nurse came in and she said that he was very ill and I needed to sign the consent forms because he's had a head injury, I was very puzzled and confused, and I began to question her, how did it happen? And she didn't have any answers other than we need to get him to surgery.
Yeah, it was kind of something that we, thought we'll never hear.
Christion had suffered a traumatic brain injury and required a craniotomy, a removal of a piece of skull to relieve pressure on his brain. The Abercrombies met with the surgeon.
He's telling us, he may not wake up, and he's giving us the medical terminology of what occurred to Christion. And I remember, we cried, and I kind of fell on the floor a little bit.
The operation was successful, but Christion was still in a coma.
We was like, okay, that's enough. It's time to pray. We got to give it to God. We have to surrender. There's nothing that we can do that can change him. And at that moment, it just changed our entire perspective.
Our prayer was, Jesus, get us through, give him life. And we saying whatever that we can say that would give him any help through prayer.
Derek and Stacey sent out an urgent message for friends and family to pray, and they were amazed by the response.
There were hundreds of people in the waiting area, couldn't even fit in the chapel praying. And that was just a moment for me to say, it's not me, it's not about me, it's about God and what he can do.
After nearly 3 long weeks, Christion awoke from his coma.
I heard him kind of grunt, so I looked at him in the face, and he was looking at me, and I asked him, I said, can you hear me? Can you talk? And he looked at me, and he kind of whispered, yes.
Stacey says Christion's recovery is nothing short of miraculous.
Oh, it was totally all a miracle. From the surgeon stating it himself. He said, it's nothing that I did. There was nothing that I could do to change him. I did not expect to see you all in 24 hours. I did not think he would make it overnight. So it was all God.
Christion was transferred to an Atlanta rehab facility to learn to walk again.
Pretty challenging, but I worked through it. And I was tired some days, but I worked through it. It means a lot. I'm very happy and blessed. I couldn't do this without the man above. It brings chills to my body. And I can say I am closer to God. I love going to church now. I love praying.
In May of 2021, Christion graduated from Tennessee State with an interdisciplinary studies degree. Today, he's bringing awareness to traumatic brain injuries through the Christion Abercrombie Foundation. Christion says he's thankful for praying parents.
I appreciate them and I love them. I just want to thank them for the support and prayers. Without them, I don't know where I'd be. It could have been a different outcome to this, but I appreciate them so much.
His parents credit his recovery to the power of prayer.
While we're thinking that God is preparing him to be this overall #1 draft pick in the NFL, that may not have been the plan all along. He was preparing him for this part of his life.
When we wake up right now, I feel like every day I hit the lottery. You know, that's how happy I feel as far as how God has blessed us.
My perspective on life have changed. My faith has been built stronger. I just feel as though, you know, without prayer, nothing is possible.